What's up? I have read another 4 books, so that means it is time for another book review video. So let's just jump into it. First one, this one was the most surprising to me. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. Wuthering Heights by Emily Bront. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I never really liked reading all the classic novels and whatnot in school. It was my least favorite part of school was reading old books. So I did not have high hopes for this one, but it was really, really good. It's about a guy who is staying in this mansion, basically, this manor, and one of the maids is like telling him the whole family background of this mansion. It's kind of, I don't really know how to explain it, but it's about these two families who lived in mansions next door to each other, and just like their relationship with each other, and kind of just all this crazy stuff that mainly one brother, or I don't really know, he's like kind of a adopted brother, kind of a servant, named Heathcliff, and he kind of is basically his story of taking over these two families. So it's really interesting, really cool. Liked that one a lot. Yeah, it was very surprising. I would definitely recommend reading that one. Next one, probably my favorite of the bunch. It was At Risk by Alice Hoffman. This one, I had no idea what it was going into it. Just picked it up at the store because it was $2. It's written in 1989, I believe, and it's about a young girl. She's 11 years old, and she gets AIDS from a blood transfusion, from appendicitis or something like that. She has a blood transfusion and ends up getting AIDS because it was before they checked for that in blood. It's a fiction story, but it's realistic fiction. And it's just about how this young girl and her family and their small town kind of react to a child getting AIDS when the AIDS epidemic was kind of just like in the early stages and still really not understood well. And it was very good. This is one of the few books that I've ever read that made me cry. It's really hard for a book to make me cry. I barely cry at like movies and stuff, so really hard for a book to do. I've only done it at like 2 or 3 other books. But yeah, this was really, really powerful. Definitely would recommend. It's one of my top favorite books I've ever read, for sure. It's At Risk by Alice Hoffman. The next one was sent to me by Alexis, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo by Stieg Larsson. I think that's how you pronounce it. I'm not sure. This is I believe it's the first book in a series of like 4 or 5. It was also really good, really like action-packed, I guess, like suspenseful, quick read. It's like 600 pages, but it's a really quick read, much faster than like Wuthering Heights. But yeah, this one's really cool. It's about a journalist who gets basically fired from his job at a magazine because he made a libelous claim about this multi-billionaire, and the multi-billionaire basically sues him to shut him up. So he gets hired by this man to write his autobiography, but it's really to investigate a murder of his great niece. I don't know the family tree too well, but yeah, his brother's granddaughter. So he's tasked with researching this murder that happened like 50 years before, and no one has been able to figure out, and it's really interesting. Follows him, Mikael Blomkvist, and then this other girl, I forget her name, Lisbeth Salander, I think. She is like a PI who was doing a background check on Blomkvist, and becomes like his partner in solving this murder case. So yeah, that one's really suspenseful, fast-paced, good read. I like that one a lot. I'll probably read the other ones in the series. And then the last one, just finished this morning. That is The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain, an American classic. This is, I never really read Mark Twain. I read some of Huck Finn in school. Like, I never really read the books that we were supposed to read in school. I just like skimmed them or did Spark Notes or whatever. I really only got into reading like last year. This one was pretty good. I do like Mark Twain as a person, so that helps the book a lot for me. But yeah, Mark Twain was like the first like American writer. He made a new genre basically that wasn't like English literature. So that's really cool to me, and this was a good story. It's about, obviously, Tom Sawyer, and he's just kind of a kid who is very mischievous, gets into trouble, and just likes to goof around, run away from home to cause trouble, and pretend he's a pirate and look for treasure and stuff. And yeah, it's a fun little read. I think it kind of goes into this in the preface, but I mean, it's a kid's story that's also for adults, and just, yeah, it's a good historical book if you want to learn about American literature. So those were the 4 that I read this past couple weeks. I think, yeah, I mean, it's like halfway through February and I've read 10 books, so it's pretty good. My favorite one by far out of these was At Risk. Definitely recommend that one, but they were all good. I recommend reading any of those. Yeah, if you have any book recommendations that you think I should read, leave them in the comments, or just any books that you've read recently and you liked, leave them in the comments. I would like to know. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I will keep chugging along with my reading list this year and be back with another book review video in a couple weeks. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want more. Give this video a like if you liked it, and peace out.